All right, we're live.
We're live. Hi, friends. You have stumbled upon or purposefully clicked on Between Two Succulents. I'm Megan Graves, the virtual bookseller. Tonight I'm chatting with a Baltimore icon. She's a spoken word artist, a poetry coach, an activist, an organizer, an educator, and she was recently named by Baltimore Magazine as one of 30 women shaping Baltimore's future. It's Lady Brion. Welcome, Lady Brion.
Hi. Peace.
Hi.
And thank you for having me.
Of course. So you were born and raised in Baltimore. You held the 2015 title of Baltimore's Grand Slam champion and the 2016 title of National Poetry Slam champion. You're an arts professional who has taught creative writing courses to elementary and middle schoolers. We bow down to you. You've coached poetry teams in various academic institutions via the Louder Than a Bomb poetry program. And we're going to play a clip now. This is Lady Brion performing her poem, I Talk Black, from Right About Now's Wow Cipher.
Bongo drums in my diction. This slang is semantic resistance. Off with the head of the king's English. Can't you smell the riot on my breath? Char in my esophagus, my laugh is arsenic. And ain't enough opiates in this elementary education to hook me on phonics.
Yes. It's called tactics. It's called presence. It's called charisma. You can watch the whole poem on YouTube. It's at about 71,000 views now. So we're hoping to push it towards 100K. So check that out on the Right About Now YouTube. So Lady Brion, in addition to your prolific work as a poet, you also do everything else. So you're the cultural curator for Leaders of the Beautiful Struggle, a grassroots think tank that advances the public policy interests of Black people in Baltimore. You're also the founder and executive director. I can't speak because I'm just so wowed by you. You're the founder and executive director of the Black Arts District on the Pennsylvania Avenue corridor, and your book of poetry, With My Head Unbowed, is available at charmcitybooks.com. But I want to circle back to the Black Arts District. You're at the helm there. It's located on the Pennsylvania Avenue corridor of Baltimore. And it's worth noting it's the only current arts and entertainment district out of 28 in the state of Maryland that is focused on African American culture. So I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about the artistic history of Pennsylvania Avenue as a destination for arts and entertainment, and then also tell us a little bit about the vision for the area's future.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in a nutshell, when you think about Black arts and entertainment in Baltimore City, Pennsylvania Avenue is always one place that is going to come up, right? Because when you think about the time period of, around the 40s, 50s, 60s, Pennsylvania Avenue absolutely was this hub for artistic excellence. And so there were over 30 different theaters along Pennsylvania Avenue, right? The first Black movie house was right at the corner of Penn and North. Pennsylvania Avenue was home to a stop on the Chitlin Circuit by way of the Royal Theater, right? Which was the Chitlin Circuit was a circuit of theaters that were amenable to Black performers at a time when Black folks could not perform in a lot of institutions, right? And so the same way you have the Apollo Theater in New York, you have the Royal Theater in Baltimore, right? And even today, there are still a number of arts and entertainment or cultural bases that are still on Pennsylvania Avenue. One that I'll name is Art Social Club, which is over 100 years old and still going strong as a social club. And still doing programming. Yeah, that's a picture of Art Social Club right there. You have Shake and Bake Family Fun Center, Upton Boxing, and Jubilee Arts, a number of spaces on Pennsylvania Avenue now still doing the work of arts and culture and entertainment in Baltimore. I think our vision for the Pennsylvania Avenue Black Arts and Entertainment District is, one, to be a part of the revitalization effort in West Baltimore to help bring in new investment, new businesses, new cultural and art-based enterprises along the business corridor, as well as really being a space that can promote and uplift and support and highlight particularly Black creatives in the city, because we know that Baltimore is a predominantly Black city, but I don't think that oftentimes when we talk about culture, and the art scene, we use an equity lens to really make sure that Black creatives are getting the same kind of access and opportunities as other creatives in the city. And so our goal is really to focus on those African-American creatives to make sure that we are helping to bolster their creative practice. We are also really interested in thinking about reviving Pennsylvania Avenue as a space to be a destination, right, in Baltimore City to attract tourists and otherwise folks in the surrounding states, specifically for African-American culture, right? You have your Chinatowns of the world, your Little Italys of the world, and many other things, but oftentimes we don't have those spaces carved out for African-American culture, and that's something we're trying to create on the Pennsylvania Avenue corridor.
You know, it's really clear how close this community is to your heart. Your knowledge and the amount of information you have just goes so deep. So thank you for sharing that with us. And now I'm going to pick your brain a little bit more as we move into the lightning round. So here's what I want folks to do at home. I'm going to throw in a little participatory moment here because usually we go live on Instagram, but we're not doing that today. So if you're watching on Facebook Live or on YouTube Live, and you would like to potentially be the winner of the prize that Lady Brion will compete for, drop a comment and let us know which business or organization you're excited to get back to on Pennsylvania Avenue when the world opens up again. So just drop a comment now, and that's how I'll know who to choose to win the prize of a lifetime. So here's what's going to happen. It's the lightning round. I'm going to ask you, Lady Brion, 3 questions. And if you answer them correctly in the time allotted, because we definitely keep track of the time, this is very serious. We know how to do this. One viewer is going to win a prize. So people are dropping their comments now. I'll choose from there. They're going to win a Charm City Books magnet, coveted, highly sought after Charm City Books magnet, strong enough to hold up the information of your local representative so you can place your daily call or email or send a 30-second video. It's called accountability. Okay, we got that out of the way. Lady Brion, are you ready?
I'm ready. I am ready. Let's do it.
Yes, let's do it. The clock has started. Question 1. You are clearly passionate about arts education. I want to know, is there a particular teacher or mentor who fostered your interest in poetry?
I don't know if there was an educator who fostered my interest, but I will name Ernest Shaw, who is a well-known muralist in the city. He was actually my art teacher in high school. And Ernest Shaw, on the first day I met him in school, asked me to perform for the whole class as a poet. And he also gave me my first poetry feature at his gallery opening at the UB Blake Center for some of his artwork. And so it really made me feel like a polished and professional poet, even at the tender age of 14. And so I definitely would say Ernest Shaw is that teacher that kind of helped to light that fire in me as it relates to being a spoken word poet, even though he's a visual artist.
Ernest Shaw, that is correct. Nailed it. Question 2, I want to know, do you ever get nervous before performing? And if no, do you have a theory about why that is? And if yes, what do you do? Share with the world.
All right. So the answer is yes. I think I've told myself if there ever gets to a point where I stop getting nervous before performing, I think I need to hang it up. Like there should always be this excitement and energy before I enter any stage or any space. But what I do is I simply take a step back. I take a breath, close my eyes, gather myself. And what I'm doing is really channeling those butterflies that I'm feeling in a constructive direction that can be channeled through my performance rather than get in the way of my performance. And so I just take a second and recenter myself every time before I perform.
Yes, that is correct. It makes me think I had a piano teacher when I was a little kid, and she said, it's okay to have butterflies. You just have to make them fly in formation.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mrs. Doney. Shout out to Mrs. Doney. I don't know why I'm looking up. She's still with us. Anyway, question 3. What is your favorite spot to enjoy springtime in Baltimore?
That's such a good question, right? I'm not an outdoorsy person at all. So
It can be indoors.
yeah, so one place that I'm thinking about, I love food and I love like hanging out with friends, getting like brunch and stuff. So I feel like I love going to like T-Volve, which is a Black restaurant in downtown Baltimore, and they have great brunch. And like you can sit outside in front of the store and have your brunch like during springtime. So I'm gonna say T-Volve, and they have great mimosas and smoothies. Okay.
Wow, I'm really wanting a mimosa right now, even though it's 7:15. That's really what I need. You've really just taken me to that place and time. Well, that's 3 for 3 because that was correct. You nailed it. You are a winner, and someone else is going to win too. But speaking of winning, I want to encourage everybody to hop on charmcitybooks.com, check out Lady Brion's book of poetry, With My Head Unbowed. And Lady Brion, I want to ask, speaking of springtime in Baltimore, looking ahead, moving forward, what's on the horizon for you? What's coming up?
Yeah, so actually next month, because it is already March, I am actually on my way to two actually national poetry competitions. They are happening simultaneously, both in Dallas, Texas. It is the Woman of the World Poetry Slam and the National Poetry Slam, which, as you mentioned in my bio, we won in 2016. So we're going back and trying to do it again this year. And again, they're going to be happening simultaneously. So I'm going to be like going from one competition to the other. It's going to be very interesting. So I'm super excited and have been training and doing a lot of events to raise money. I saw the post for the sidewalk serenades. That's actually a fundraiser that we're doing for the team in partnership with Creative Alliance. So the Baltimore Slam Poetry Team, our name is Slamageddon Poetry Team. We're going to be doing sidewalk serenade poems for folks. So if you'd like to see some poems from the team, you can definitely pay to have us come and perform on your block. And this will help to send us to nationals as a team. So we would love for you to click the link and sign up. Or if you want to just make a donation to the team, you can definitely reach out and you can send it directly to our Cash App. But yeah, that's like the biggest thing for me is getting prepared for these two simultaneous competitions.
Wow.
Sorry to jump in. This is Joe.
Breaking news.
Charm City Books. We reserved a sidewalk serenade on March 27th.
Yay!
At I think 1 p.m. and we're super excited, and everybody else should too.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I love it.
This is great. What better way than to get community support than by literally showing up in the community so they can see what they're supporting, you know?
Yes, exactly. So
and in this time of social distancing, go ahead. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No. I was saying it's just going to be a fun time. And yes, it is, social distancing safe, right? You can stand right on your porch and we'll just be on the sidewalk performing poems. So yeah, it's going to be a fun time.
Do it, folks. You won't regret it. Well, Lady Brion, you're involved in so many different initiatives, so I highly encourage folks to visit the websites for the official Black Arts District on Pennsylvania Avenue and Leaders of the Beautiful Struggle. Follow both of those organizations on social media. LBS does really great online programming that educates folks on legislation that they can support. Getting back to our talk about putting up the contact information for your legislators with your Charm City Books magnet. LBS does great work getting the word out on legislation that people can support that's being debated and voted on in Baltimore City, as well as at the Maryland State House and Senate. Lady Brion, I know you're involved in so many things, but would you like to take a moment to talk about some of the work that is really on your heart right now? What are you excited about right now in this moment that you'd like to share?
Yeah. So, you already kind of talked a bit about LBS. I think, as we're rounding out session this year, right, I advise folks to just stay involved with LBS, follow us on social media or check out the website, lbsbaltimore.com, because there's so many things moving and happening, so many things that you can support. So it's really great to just follow one of the pages or sign up for our alerts that we send out via email. And so that's the first thing I'll say with LBS. I will also say, as it relates to the Black Arts District, we are going to be doing our first annual Black Artist Fair We're super excited. Our goal is really to create an educational and interactive virtual experience for creatives in the city who are looking to, yes, there's a flyer, there's our save the date, who are looking to, monetize their creative practice, scale up their creative practice, learn some tips and tools of their industry. That is what we're going to be, providing there. So we're going to have keynotes and panels. We're also going to have clinicals. And so if you're looking to, talk with a tax professional, if you're looking to have someone help you focus on your artistic resume or business plan, if you're looking to sit one-on-one with a lawyer and talk about things related to, arts-based law, all of those things are going to be available. We're also going to be doing photo shoots. There are limited slots. So if you're looking to get product shots or headshots, we're also going to be providing those. Those will actually be in person, of course, while everything else will be virtual. And we're going to have some, some celebrity folks and industry folks coming through. So it's going to be really exciting. And we're going to be releasing that information very soon. And we'll have some artistic presentations. So we're going to have we're going to have an open mic. We're going to have some performance, concert style. So it's just going to be a really good time. And y'all should definitely be a part of it. This is happening April 30th to May 2nd. So it's going to be great. And I'm super excited that we're going to be able to put that on for free because this is, one of the ways we're looking to support the artist community.
Amazing. So stay tuned, folks. Sounds like a lot of information will be forthcoming.
Yes.
April 30th. As an artist, the idea of being able to sit down with someone and talking about how to do my taxes or ask questions of a lawyer, that's incredible that you are providing that opportunity because, as artists, a lot of times you can feel like you're flying blind. And particularly, I would imagine, I'm white, so I carry a lot of privilege and I feel like I'm flying blind. So the fact that you're creating this opportunity is just really awesome. And I encourage folks to keep an eye out for more information that will be released. But before we go, Lady Brion, I just want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your Monday evening. You're a treasure. And I encourage folks to head over to charmcitybooks.com or to the store, pick up Lady Brion's book of poetry, With My Head Unbowed. Follow her on social media. Follow the organizations she's working with and for on social media. Lady Brion, thank you so much.
Absolutely. And thank y'all for having me. I really appreciate it.
Folks, that does it for this episode of Between Two Succulents. We're going to keep doubling up on those masks. We're going to remember the best vaccine is the one that is available to you. We got this. Let's go enjoy springtime in Baltimore. Bye.